Good morning, anyone who's listening, and anyone else who might be awake. Yesterday, I think, was day number 10. So today would be the start of day number 11 with no medication. None of the medication I was trying to get away from, I'll put it like that. I thought I did everything right yesterday. I mean, as best as I could anyway, or as close as I could. I was getting to the point where I was just completely sick of, because I've said it before, when you go through something like this for that first 10 days, especially if you don't have any sorry, my AC's still on and I just woke up. And it's only 2:20. I vacuumed here yesterday. I got all my garbage taken care of. I vacuumed the entire house. I got caught up on all my dishes. I got caught up on my bathroom. I got caught up on the cat's room. I changed my oil yesterday in my car. That had to be done. So I had to go to town and I had to get oil and I had to get oil filter. And I'm still kind of in the experimental phase with tools, I guess you could say, for lack of a better. But I mean, for me, that works. That's the way I planned it, which I don't think it's going to work out that way. I don't think I'm going to have enough money. I did not save enough money to drag it out as long as I wanted to. I wanted between 2 and 3 months away from work to get myself back into, work shape. And I mean, I'm still kind of on track for that, but not really. I wanted that first month to slowly wean my body off of my medication. I wanted that second month to wait it out, because it takes a month for that chemical to leave your body once you've ingested it. So even though, you go through a whole month of possibly tapering down, you're not really out of the woods, and that's not even really a good saying for that, because you'll never really be out of the woods, unfortunately. I mean, the enticement is always going to be there. The ability to, get it is always going to be there. None of that's going to change. The only thing that's going to change is you. But you will find, you'll have moments of clarity. I think that comes just from having to rewire our brain and how our signals fire, or how we interpret those signal fires. I think the medication I was on was severely numbing, and that's not something that is in any of the literature necessarily. When you go to some of these clinics, people that are supposed to help, and some of them do, that's a slippery slope, because I understand that with individual freedoms, how much can a doctor or nursing staff or anything like that. How much can they really do? Because nothing is really going to happen unless the patient is ready for it. And until the patient is ready for it, you're going to continue that cycle over and over again. I mean, I've done it too many times at this point, but my body is tired of it, has been for months and months and months, and it's been absolutely dreadful having to wait for everything to fall in line for me to be able to take 3 months off of work. I've been planning this for probably well over 6 months. So, more than half of those months were spent at work every day. And you start to get maybe a little aggravated, but here you're going to have a sensory overload. There's a couple of things that you're going to go through that would be surprising if you didn't know that they were going to come. I knew the sleeping was not going to be easy because I knew the eating wasn't going to be easy. When you get it that far gone, when you try to correct it, your body gets very angry. Okay, your body is like, motherfucker, we're too old for this shit. What the fuck are you doing? And that's when you tell your body, I know how old you are, motherfucker. Shut up. It's got nothing to do with that. I mean, it does a little bit, but I think it's the... Oh, and to clarify, because I kind of got, a stern lecturing from the mother yesterday, because she seems to catch me at the right times. But there's a whole subsection of that just from, I can't even talk about that too much, because it will trigger certain emotions. But my own, I guess it's just guilt of being at points in my life that selfish of an individual. But, and that's something that the suboxone was very good at, suppressing any feeling that you had. Any feeling. I mean, you could... everyone's different. Everyone views their own situation a little bit differently. Therefore, everyone's journey is going to be a little bit different. But I think that if you make, as I think I've said it in a previous video, when I got locked up, I was locked up for 10 months straight, no breaks, 10 months. And it really didn't, I wasn't on, I was on, I don't know, I was on whatever I could find. I wasn't seeing a doctor and all that stuff way back then. So I was just on whatever I could find. Everyone's is different, so you might not be the same. But I can tell that my body is trying to rid itself of a toxin. I can feel it coming on now. But I've sneezed. like I've... I have, for when my TV's not working, I have it recorded NASCAR races like 4 hours long, so I just replay it. I don't care how many times I've seen it. I've slept through most of it, so there's still a big section of the race I've yet to see. But I don't care. It's just background noise. It's just something on. For some reason, my antenna doesn't seem to be working. But your sinuses, you'll have a runny nose. You might have a headache and or fever. I'm very blessed I've not had either. But even if I get them, I know that is my body's response naturally to what I'm putting it through. Okay, so if I start to get a fever, guess what this guy's not going to do? This guy is not going to run to the medicine cabinet to get medicine to break his fever. Because my body started that process for a reason, and I would be stupid if I thought that I knew better than biology. And that's what's going on. So, I will politely stay the fuck out of my own way, and I will let my body do what it has to do. I expelled so much energy yesterday trying to make myself tired so I could sleep all night. Like I said, I listed off everything I did. I had to change my oil. I had to go to town to get it. Yesterday was a busy day. I only took like a 2-hour nap, hour and a half, 2-hour nap. And I was up from 3 o'clock yesterday morning, and I think I went to bed at like almost 10 o'clock last night. And I had a 2-hour nap. So I should have been golden. I should have slept until about, 5, 6, or 7, somewhere in there this morning. But no. 2 o'clock, my body says, hey dude, get the fuck up, let's do something. And in turn, I have to turn around and say, nudge, nudge, motherfucker, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing to do. But your body's like, well, should have thought about that before you let me wake up. I don't know, but after the pep talk I got yesterday, I kind of feel bad about, and my mother, the one that gave me the lecture, does not know what it's like. I'm not, she doesn't understand. She watched her oldest son go through it. And that was rough, but his situation was a lot worse than mine. So I knew, but just him making it, I still find it a miracle. Because 10 years ago, if you would have told me 10 years ago that in 10 years my brother would be where he's at, I'd have laughed in your motherfucking face. I said, not my brother. No, you must not know us. But he did. It might not have been cheap, but I guarantee it was worth it. But when that switch flips in your brain, that you understand and you comprehend that something has run its course, and that is the feeling that you will get. You will do whatever it takes to make sure that gets done. And I, among others, are living proof of that. Today is, I'd have to look again. Wait a minute. It should be more than. Oh no, okay, I did count out yesterday. It was not just past Sunday. It was the Sunday before that, and it was a very small strip. It's like a third of a strip, and strips are 8 milligrams. So that was roughly, I don't know, 3 grams, 2.5, 3.5, somewhere in there. I didn't cut it with a razor blade. I fold it and score it, and then pull it apart. So it's never, exact, but it was about a third of a strip. So, whatever that was. And it was, so you had, I'll say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Depends on where you start your days on counting. Today is either the start of, I'm going to say day 11. Day 11. No suboxone in 11 days. I have not had any helpers since yesterday, since probably around 7, probably 6 or 7, between 6 or 7, because that's the part of the day that I start to get really sleepy. But if I go to bed then I'm going to be up at midnight. So I try to push it back as far as I can. And I made it to like 10 or maybe a little after 10. And I'm like, okay, but yeah, today's over. So set all my shit up for sleep. Put all my remotes out. I lay down and close my eyes. And then sleep for 4 fucking hours. But I have not had any buffers or helpers or uppers or downers or all-arounders. I haven't had anything since yesterday. And I know it's far from over. I'm not even a month away from taking my medication, and that's one of the milestones that I knew I had to get to. I'm using that as a guide, for one, to stop the kratom, and I have a plan for that. I have a product for that, and in all of my years of talking to counselors and talking to doctors and talking to nurses and talking to support staff, I think that I've got the my methodology down, and that's not. It's just a confidence thing. I know how certain chemicals react in our body and to our brain, and I know how much repetitive use it takes to become an addict on anything. So I think as long as I stay under that threshold, that first month is, you kind of have to play it by ear, because I think the biggest part of, there could be, sorry, it's driving me fucking nuts. I've had effed up nasal passages for years and years and years, and when you start going through this, you start getting runny noses and all that shit, just makes it 10 times worse. So I apologize for, unbecoming behavior. But if you know what I'm going through, you get it. If you don't, but you're interested, you're gonna learn. What I do? So far, I don't have the body aches that I did in between my shoulder blades and all through my hips and down my knees and just everywhere. In the beginning, you hurt everywhere. That's why you need weapons. You have to have weapons. You cannot, unless it, which no, even that you've got tools. You cannot win any battle or war without some kind of weaponry, whether it be mental, physical, goal oriented, whatever. You have to be able to do that for yourself, because it's going to be crucial when the time comes that it's actually needed. It's going to be crucial. So you don't want to you want the best odds at success that you can possibly get. And I don't know if I've said this in a previous video. I may have. I don't know. It's hard to, remember everything that I say in these videos, because some of those days I felt like a bag of smashed assholes, and I don't remember anything about that day, so just ignore me if I repeat. But just a couple of things I've learned through the process. One, have your weapons ready, because once you start day one and either do not take medicine or drastically reduce your medicine, you're going to be in the mood for nothing. Nothing. If you have children, but they have everyone so occupied with work and bills and children and school and taxes and this and the appointment at the podiatrist and optometrist and the pediatrician and this and that. I mean, we're just fucking inundated. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking every day is non-stop bombardment. You have to quiet that noise. You have to quiet that noise. Your body has to disconnect from that aspect of society. Even some of the greatest Eastern philosophers of our time knew that isolation, at least for small periods of time throughout one's life, was absolutely necessary, because it allows for time for reflection and introspection and things like that. So everything has its time and place. Learning what the times and places are is where you're gonna make up the most ground. I think I did say this in a previous video, but I'll try to make it quick. I really don't feel like making a video. I don't feel bad, but I don't feel good either. I should be sleeping right now. I might try to fall asleep out here. But I don't know. When I first set out, I made a conscious decision that even, when I didn't want to do something regarding any making of the videos or anything like that I was going to force myself to do it. Just with the exercise and the getting outside, and even though, it hurts. Ugh, I had a cold shiver. When you're in it, I mean, that's that's kind of interesting too, because there's probably levels to it. There's probably levels to this thing, um, and the degree of severity in the individual, I think, is what is going to dictate what works, what doesn't work, how long it's going to take you to get through the worst of it, how long it's going to take you to get back to, a baseline, a grounded individual. Um, that's what's going to make the timings different. But, you know, I'm not going to go there. I'm not. For now, I'm not going to go there. Um, I will briefly. I will. But this is what everybody should be thinking about. People who are, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not. I completely understand that for the most part, it was all my own fault. But I refuse to take all of the blame, and it's because the system that we have been indoctrinated into believing is the way we are supposed to live. That could not be further from the truth. And they've gone to great lengths to make sure that you never figure that out. They're doing it, they've done it, and they're always going to do it. So, stop keeping up with the Joneses or keeping up with the Kardashians. It's just what kind of existence is that you get we are what we've been called in books in the past is fucking useless eaters, because that's what we are. When you are trapped in their game, vying for stupid prizes, only 3 that time. That's kind of surprising. I'm getting better. It used to be like 8 of them. Oh, no, that was fucking torture. There's 8 of those bitches back to back. There's nothing you can do about it. God damn. Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. Yep. I'm sorry, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Those sneezes fucked me up. Oh, yeah. The infrastructure, the actual infrastructure, not the whatever that thing is that they continue to babble about on TV. Because where they're trying to put, that's a lot of taxpayer money that they're talking about. And it wasn't that long ago, in years, not long, that I'm not going to go there, because to me these days, especially now, politics, I want to wipe my fucking ass with that shit right now. I don't give a flying fuck what any of you motherfuckers got to say. I don't care what you write when your pen writes out on your executive order. I don't give a fuck. I left a comment. It was shortly after I woke up this morning. I got up and hit my phone to see the time, and I was just instinct to start checking notifications. I fucking hate that. That is soon to come to an end, because that is now becoming bothersome to have to try and, or exhausting to try and keep up with it effectively. So, I can't remember who I was replying to. But I replied, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. We cannot beat them at a game that they designed. We should stop playing. That's it. I have figured out to stop fighting dragons that are not in my way. And that's a big dragon. And guess what? Right now, motherfucker's nowhere near me. So why am I going to worry about that stupid shit? And this divorce is a fucking sham. Who cares? Who gives a flying fuck? And I don't believe that they didn't have a prenup. There's no fucking way. Look into who that motherfucker's, the supposed male, look into his family history and look at what kind of influential people taught him the ins and outs of this life. You'd have to be a goddamn moron to believe that he didn't have someone in his life that taught him how to game the system. You do not game the system by going out. Ooh, shit, I almost fell. Ow. Oh, I popped my ankle. Oh, that hurt, but that felt good. You do not game the system by going out and getting married willy-nilly with no prenup. Who the fuck does that? And I believe that when he got married, he was already like super rich. I don't know how rich, but he was, because hell, I remember seeing commercials and promos and advertisements and shit from back in those days that he was in, and we never heard about Melinda. Never. So I remember days of Bill Gates before he met Belinda. So there's no way that a modern man of his stature enters into an agreement like that without that kind of safeguard. I just don't see it. So that's as far as I'm going to take it, personally. Right now, I don't care. There's many more pressing issues than that. And it's all a smokescreen anyway. That's what they want us to do, is to, oh, did you hear about it? They want us to gossip about stupid shit. And look at us, we're gossiping about stupid shit. So they've won. But that's the last time I'm going to do it, because I truly do not give a flying fuck. What do I care? What do I care? Who the fuck are you to me? Nobody. I don't own a computer other on my phone, and it's Android. So that may be him. I don't know. Does Microsoft own Android? I forget how that works. But anyway, you certainly don't affect my daily life. So why would I allow you into my head to live rent-free, as they say? And that's exactly, what happens and what goes on, because I think that goes back to my delvings into Eastern teachings or Eastern philosophy. My dabbling in Eastern philosophy. It's any energy that I give anything outside of myself is energy that I'm not going to be able to use myself or for myself. It's going to be, it's an like giving any kind of thought to this gates of hell divorce that no one should give a fuck about. That's the kind of shit they're talking about. Some of the smartest people I've come across so far have said that, they have found that their best meditation was done while they were taking their walks. And I believe that it is just enough of a distraction for the body, because you give the body a simple task to do, and it's just walk, just take me from here to there. But we give it a task, a menial task, and we free up our mind for meditation. And meditation is simply the just the observation of your thoughts coming and going. You don't dwell on any of them. You just watch them pop up, and you're opening your mind, for lack of a better term. You're not letting your mind get polluted with stories of J-Lo and A-Rod, or, when's the last time you heard a story about those motherfuckers? I'm aging, or I'm dating myself here. But, it still pisses me off. But that's the kind of shit that we gotta think about. That's the kind of shit we have to keep in mind. I will finish with my, probably the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway from my journey so far. Well, two of them. Well, no, I'll stick with one. The one, if you can help it, if you are allowed if you are fortunate enough to be able to set your own table, per se, before you start all of this, do not load yourself down with a lot of food that you have to cook, because you would rather eat that shit raw than cook it when you're in the very beginning. So you're gonna want like beef jerky, cheese, anything. You don't want to do too processed, which these days I know, but I think it can be a necessary evil, just because I know that once my body has somewhat, regulated to the adjustment, it's going to be a process of elimination one by one after that, I think, between the vape, certain foods, marijuana. I already know that I'm going to get to a point where I don't want those. I don't need those. And once you've made that conscious decision, the process is so much easier, because you know that it's not helping you. You know that you're not gaining anything from it, and all you're doing is a waste of money. That's it, and it does not serve you at all. And I think once you come to that conclusion, you start to get offended that you were taken advantage of for so long, and very easily at the same time. So it is offensive. You're going to get offended. You're going to get pissed off. But I think that's where your moments of clarity come from. That's when you make connections that you just simply couldn't see. It could have been under your nose the whole time that you were, medicated, and you'd never see it. I think that we don't, even if we're searching for something, an answer, we're not going to get it until it's time to get it. And we're not in control of that, I don't think. I mean, we could be. Subconsciously, we could be. But it doesn't feel that way. That's not what my senses tell me that it is. But that's how powerful our minds really are. So, you have to find your own path. In anything and everything you do, don't... one of the talks I had with my brother a few days ago, we were talking about something else, but and I've heard a lot of content creators, or really it comes down this is not what we were talking about, but this is a good example. Um, you guys will understand um, where I'm going with it. Um, oh shit! I forgot already. I promise I have not smoked any marijuana this morning. I have not. I woke up. It's 3 o'clock now. I've been up for an hour. I've taken nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't even have a drink. I haven't eaten anything. No illicit drugs, or no even not illicit drugs. No even natural remedies. Um, damn, I really wish I remembered what the fuck I was gonna say, but I don't. But we're running at 40 minutes anyway, so I've taken up enough of your time. I have all the time in the world. It is creeping by, but that's the nature of the game. Um, I hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Have a good hump day, and take care of one another. Um, yeah. Take care of yourself and take care of one another. One love.